he wants half the time. I remember him skate through 4 guys, feed Smith, and with 39 seconds left, they almost lost the game. But this is a guy who you have to pay attention to when he's on the ice. So Barzal knows that, and he's skating after the puck. He's going to get the puck. And Celebrity's not paying attention to Barzal. He's paying attention to this puck as well. And you can see he's upset. The broadcasts were upset. Sharks fans were upset, and reasonably so. This is your young star. And maybe if it was Schaefer, I'd feel the exact opposite. It's your young 19-year-old superstar player who has almost 90 points or something, or maybe 90 points already. And you are talking about an incredible player, just an incredible player getting screwed over. It is such a weird thing to talk about because it could be a penalty. Yeah, 100%. I agree with that. It was an interference. It was not called, but it wasn't called. And I think there's an argument for it not being called because it was incidental contact. It meant no harm. And there's nothing really else to talk about with that one because that one just didn't lead to anything. It was the broadcasters complaining, and that whole situation was just weird. Very biased, I feel like. I feel like they could not see what was actually fair there. And then you move on to the William Eklund helmet flick. Bo Horvat was caught on the bench, or was caught at the Sharks bench, looking at William Eklund and playfully flicking his helmet up. Just the most harmless thing you could do is just give him a little silly lift of the helmet. And Sharks fans act like he killed somebody. I have never seen a fan base get this mad over something. To be fair, all of them are 18, 25-year-old, actually, sorry, that's a little weird. 16 to 21-year-old white girls who just started watching hockey because Celebrini and Smith exist. And they have 4 teams in their bio, and it's just a whole mess with hockey Twitter with the Sharks. It is really funny to watch the sport that I love get criticized for something that's been playing for years. There is something so funny about seeing people freak out over a helmet flick when Brad Marchand a few years ago was licking people on the forehead. There is something crazy about that. You would not survive 10 years ago. But there's more to the story because it was revealed that William Eklund, so Horvat got fined for $2,500. It's chump change for him. He's million. William Eklund ended up javelin throwing Horvat's stick down the tunnel. Okay, a little bit of a different scenario here. One is a playful flip of the helmet. The other one's chucking his stick because he's mad at you. A little bit different. Nothing has happened to William Eklund for it when it was revealed. And it's a kind of a joke because one seems a lot more unsportsmanlike than the other. I don't know let me look this up. If Brad Marchand was even was Brad Marchand fined for licking a player? He was not fined. He was not suspended. He was let free. He licked somebody. He licked Ryan Callahan in the face. And he was fine. It is a crazy what the sport is happening to because this is the best sport on earth. And you cannot, that's why I spend 30, 40 minutes of my show talking about it. I love it. It's the most exciting. It has the most action. It is incredible. But we are starting to reach an audience that might not get it. How awesome this sport is. The Buffalo Sabres Tampa Bay Lightning game, I'm going to jump back to that, is kind of an example of how awesome hockey is as a sport. They were just killing each other. And there were penalties, yes. They were able to come back in the game. Brandon Hagel was pummeling Rasmus Dahlin on the ground, and he was curled up defensively. This sport is amazing. And people don't realize that. 6 fights, an 8-7 victory in a playoff race. It is wild. This sport is awesome, but it's now starting to reach an audience that doesn't get it. And it really sucks. But anyway, Matthew Schaefer, ethical point, passes it to Bo Horvat to win it in overtime. Even though he got a fine for flicking the helmet, he'll take the 2 points in the standings. The Islanders are this close or closer to qualifying for the playoffs this year. And got to say, I'm excited. This is This is the most fun regular season I have had the privilege of witnessing as a fan, and that's saying something because we haven't had a lot. Like, we've had a very messy history, and to now have a franchise-changing player, a young prospects coming through the system, questionable moves recently, but still fine. It is just an exciting time to be an Islander fan, even though it's frustrating. So it's frustrating a lot of the times. We're one of the worst teams to be a fan of, I feel like, but I will punch through the pain, and so will every Islander fan. It's looking up, but it's also questionably what we just did. But moving on from that, exciting time for hockey for the Islanders, troubling time for the Rangers, confusing time for the Devils, weird times in the tri-state area for hockey. But I think we can move on to a really quick discussion. The World Baseball Classic started, and I have opinions about that because I remember a couple years ago, 2023, Edwin Diaz tore his Achilles. I think no, was it his Achilles? I thought he broke his ankle or something. Edwin Diaz, World Baseball Classic injury. I don't know what it was. It was torn palatar tendon. I don't know how to say that, but it was him celebrating. And the whole talk was, oh, this was a useless tournament. Why are we doing this? This means a lot to the players, and I can see why he did it, even though it pissed me off in the moment. But starting with it, I just saw Great Britain was eliminated. Very funny. Even though they own us in their sports like soccer and cricket and stuff, we own every other sport. So that's pretty funny. It's just baseball. It's starting up. I'm kind of running out of topics here. I wasn't really thinking. I didn't have. World Baseball Classic started. Was very excited, and then I realized I forgot how boring this kind of tournament is. It's exciting. Don't get me wrong, but I have a really hard time just watching random baseball games, and I know it's not really random. World Baseball Classic has the USA. I'm obviously going to be cheering for the USA to win or the championship or trophy. I don't know how they handle the World Baseball Classic and trophy wise, not like gold medal or anything. I will always root for the United States, no matter what. I love my country, but the problem is, I really don't like watching baseball that's not Mets baseball. All playoff baseball is different too. I do like watching playoff baseball, but it feels like there's a lot less stakes, even though there's probably more stakes to the players than anything else. I think there's a lot of debate to be happening with this tournament, and I know Lindor and Correa aren't playing in it because of like taxes or something, or insurance. No, it's insurance. So like I'm okay with that because the last thing I want is Lindor being hurt for the season, because the Mets season means a lot more to me than a team winning a championship for the World Baseball Classic, because it's probably just going to be Japan. Let me look up World Baseball Classic actually real quick. Schedule. 2006. I thought it started in 1998. Very slow Wi-Fi right now. So the schedule is not loading. I guess we'll just keep talking about the World Baseball Classic while I'm here. I have very just mixed opinions about the tournament. Actually, I'm gonna hold off on the World Baseball Classic. When this loads up, I'll talk about it more. I'll jump back to hockey because I have a lot more on my mind about that. Playoff race is on. It's hot. It's hot right now. Look at both. Actually, no. Okay, on the playoff race, this is actually perfect. I was trying to think of a topic because I couldn't write notes down for this episode. The 1-8 system is not coming back. It was officially revealed that I believe it was Elliot Friedman or somebody asked Gary Bettman if the 1-8, 2-7, 3-6, 4-5 system was coming back. And he said he has no plans and it will not come back. It will stay the divisional spots, wild cards. And there's a lot of talk about why. We all know this format sucks because the Avalanche, Dallas Stars, or Minnesota Wild are playing each other in the first round this year. They are separated by, I believe 1, 2, and like 5th in the standings, which these are loading way quicker. So I'll pull this up real quick. These are 3 teams that should at least all be making the second round. One of them will be eliminated in the first round, which, by the way, Buffalo Sabres are in first place. I need Tampa and Buffalo to fall, and I need Detroit to somehow hop to the number 1 spot so we can see Buffalo, Tampa. But off the topic, Colorado Avalanche have 95 points, first place in the league. The Dallas Stars have 88 points, are second in the league. The Minnesota Wild are fourth in the league. Minnesota and Dallas would currently play each other right now in the first round. And let's just say Colorado struggles a little bit, Dallas jumps them, then Colorado would be playing Minnesota in the first round. These two teams should not be meeting until at least the second round. Two of these teams should be playing in the Western Conference Final. There is something so stupid about this. You want to increase rivalries? No, you're just pissing off fans because the Wild have lost in the first round of the playoffs. Like something like how many consecutive years? I think it's like every single year for like 12 years since like 2013, 14, I think was the last time they made it to the second round. But or 2013, 14 or 14, 15 was the last time they made the second round. They've lost in the first round or missed the playoffs every other year. This team is gonna this team could lose in the first round again. Well, a team in the Pacific Division, which the highest ranked in the standings is 13th. The Pacific Division, the Anaheim Ducks are a -10, have 73 points, and would be first place in the Pacific Division. Vegas is right behind them with 72. Utah's at a wild card spot, and they're tied with 72. They could be second in the division. They're not. The Oilers are 17th in the league. They aren't even in the top 16. They are making the playoffs as the third team in their division. The Columbus Blue Jackets and the Ottawa Senators have more points than the Edmonton Oilers, and they would miss the playoffs. The Blue Jackets are 12th in the league. They miss it. That's wild. This is such an issue, but Gary Bettman will not go back on it because he's not admitting he's wrong. It is disgusting for the league. Like the Philadelphia Flyers would be 1 point behind the Oilers, and I've been counting them out the entire time. They should be competing for a playoff spot. And I know it's different conferences; they still wouldn't make the playoffs. They'd have to catch up to Bruins right now, 76 points. There needs to be a 1 through 8 system. And if I'm crazy, I don't know if this sounds a little crazy. I would just do top 16 teams. Dead serious. I would go 1, 16, 2, 15, 4, 3. Just go down the order. I would do that. I would 100% be willing to say I'd rather have more teams that are better. I'd rather have the top 16 teams than just divide it by conference, divide it by West East. It's wild. It is so horrible, and he's not going to admit it. I actually read it wrong. I thought he said, "Oh my God, he is going to go back to it." No. So for the next couple of years, is the Islanders window is the next couple of years, and I'm going to talk about the Islanders again because I have to jump back to my team. They're going to either see again Carolina every year, Pittsburgh every year, or I believe the Capitals are almost getting back. Columbus. I want to see fun playoff matchups that I have never seen in my life. The most unique team I have seen the Islanders play is the Florida Panthers twice. That's it. I've seen the Flyers once, the Penguins 4 times, the Capitals twice, the Panthers twice, Tampa 3 times, Carolina 3 times, Bruins once. Who else? I've never seen that. That's it. That's the list. I've seen all those teams in the playoffs. 4 times I've seen the Penguins, and we're divisional rivals, and I get that. That makes more sense to me. Like they played each other twice in the 1 through 8 system. Oh no, they played each other. No, they played each other in the 1 through 3 system. They just played each other multiple times, and they're going to play each other again. Maybe most likely they are, unless Columbus jumps them and the Islanders fall in a wild card spot. I want to see the Islanders play the Canadiens, the Red Wings, the Sabres, the Senators, the Devils even. They're just never good. Like the Devils and the Rangers are never good as the Islanders at the same time. They're never any good at the same time. The Leafs I've wanted to see. I've always wanted to see the Leafs. I want to see teams I've never seen. I'm sick of seeing the Carolina Hurricanes beat up on the Islanders in 6 games or 5 games or 4, even if they sweep them. I'm sick of it. Like, when we played the Philadelphia Flyers in the 2020 bubble, it was like so weird because I've never seen them play a team like that. The Panthers in 2016 was fun because it's a different team. Fans want to see different teams. I don't want to keep seeing the same teams over and over and over and over again. Let us see new teams. That's when you build the best rivalries, when it's teams you least expect hate each other. The Sabres and Lightning, fine. Okay, this could work out there. These teams should be playing in the playoffs against each other. They're in the same division. They hate each other. Okay, it works out there. But this should be an Eastern Conference final. This is going to be either first or second round matchup. It's not going to be Eastern Conference final. It can never be unless the Sabres fall to the wild card and the Lightning win the division. There's so much strict standards for this mode, and I'm so annoyed about it. But I think I got to stop rambling about the playoff format. We are now officially going to jump to the World Baseball Classic segment next.
Untouchable, unstoppable.
This is WIUR Sports Radio.
Hi, I'm Robbie Basil, president of WIUR Radio, and I hope you're enjoying today's show. Have you ever wanted to call the biggest games, the biggest moments for the biggest names for Iona Athletics? Then the newly founded WIUR Sports Radio is the place to be. Launched in January of 2025, our goal is to try and get broadcasters here at Iona an opportunity to learn, succeed, and get a chance to be on air. From getting to call the big moments at the hack.
Jenkins trying to go to the rack. Denied. Yafet Mundi.
To seeing the crack of the bat at City Park.
The line drive into left field, around third, and it kicks away. The Gales are going to win it in 10.
We make those moments happen on our brand new WIUR Sports Radio platform on Mixer. If you're interested, feel free to reach out to me via email or to the rest of my e-board to join the club. We are WIUR Sports Radio, the new home of Iona Athletics. Now, back to the show on WIUR, Iona University Radio.
We welcome you back to the World Baseball Classic discussion because the standings have opened after like 5 minutes of loading. I've finally been able to pull up the page for the World Baseball Classic, and we're going to be just taking a look at the standings, overall expectations, what are we going to talk about? Looking at the standings, we'll talk about Pool A, Puerto Rico first, 2-0, Cuba tied 2-0, Canada 1-1, and then Panama, Colombia out. Pool B, which is the big boy, Mexico 2-0, Italy 2-0, and the U.S. 2-0. Great Britain and Brazil are 0-3, and they're eliminated. Japan 3-0, Korea 2-2, Australia 2-2, and Chinese Taipei 2-2. Czechia is at 0-3. And then finally, Pool D is Dominican Republic, Venezuela is 2-0, Dominican Republic is 2-0, Israel's 1-1, the Netherlands are 1-2, and Nicaragua is 0-3. So I thought Japan, obviously everybody knows Japan, I think, is the favorite going into this tournament. I got to talk about Tarek Schoolball real quick because this is something really funny. Even though I haven't really diehardly followed this tournament, I think the fact that Tarek Schoolball said, I'm going to throw 55 pitches against Great Britain and call it a day is really funny. Dude, that's the last team we need you against. We beat them like 11-1 or something. Bro, we need you for the DR. We need you for Japan. We need you for Puerto Rico. We don't need you for the worst team in the tournament other than maybe like Czechia or something. Like, dude, please. We need you for the important games, not the throwaway games. And then I think he went back to Tigers camp. Tarek Schoolball World Baseball Classic. Oh, he's actually saying that he might change his decision. Ooh. Is leaving the door open for pitching another game for Team USA at the World Baseball Classic. Okay, maybe he's not such a quitter. Maybe this could turn up a little differently. Yeah, he pitched 3 innings for Team USA yesterday. Dude, we need you. We need you for Team USA. We need you for I'm gonna root for Team USA no matter what, even if I don't watch the tournament. Maybe I'll watch the final game if they're in it. But dude, we need you for Japan. We need you for something. We need you for any answer possible. Lock it. Like lock in. I think I should really talk about just MLB previews instead of talking about the World Baseball Classic because going into the season, we're very close. I think the season starts MLB start date. I'm going to just MLB preview, I guess. What is MLB opening day? March 25th. That's 15 days away. That's crazy to think about. I feel like hockey just started. It started like 6 months ago. What is happening? Time is flying in the sports world right now. And I'm gonna talk. Last time I talked was about the Mets and Yankees. Mets and Yankees was talking about the Mets disaster of a 2025 season, failing to even make the playoffs, and the Yankees getting eliminated by the Blue Jays in 4 games and getting pretty much bodied the entire series, other than that one game they got lucky to win. The Yankees look the exact same on paper. The Mets look better on paper, but I've been proven wrong that many times when they look better on paper, it does not matter. They're the Mets. They will fail. They will lose. They will suck. It's my life. It's what happens as a Mets fan. It's what I live through every single day as a fan of every team I cheer for, because every team I cheer for is miserable. There is so much like excitement, I feel like, for this team. Freddie Peralta, Bo Bichette, what's his name? This is gonna bother me. This is okay. I gotta look this up. This is really gonna bother me. Mets signings off season. I'm forgetting somebody big, I feel like, other than the Peralta. Luis Robert trade in Devin Williams. Oh my gosh, I forgot. That's bad. That is very bad that I forgot about that. But anyway, this team looks really good. I loved the Luis Robert move. I was very excited that they did that. I wanted them to do that at the deadline last year, and then the asking price was Jonah Tong, and then I thought they lost their minds. Very funny. Very, very funny. The Devin Williams signing, even though it sucks to lose Diaz to the Dodgers, which the Dodgers are the juggernauts every year, every time. It sucks. I hate it so much. But that you have the Jorge Polanco deal, which is very confusing to me because why are you signing Jorge Polanco when you have Mark Vientos? I am still such a big fan of. I'm going to go on a little Mark Vientos rant. I love Mark Vientos. I've been believing in him since I saw his debut in 2023. This man is my favorite player and will be my favorite player until he is off the team. I do not care. I will stand by this, even if he strikes out. He's 0 for 12. Last time I checked, he was 0 for 12 in the play. He was 0 for 12 in spring training. I do not care. I will cheer my life on for this man until he is not a Met anymore. I need Mark Vientos to succeed. Like, my life depends on it. I will cheat. I will die on the Mark Vientos hill. I love him. I need him to be good. Please be good. You need to prove all the haters wrong because a lot of people hate him now, and it's really annoying. So the Polanco, he's never played first too. So I wasn't even thinking. I forgot about Pete was a Met. I forgot they traded Nimmo. I forgot Mark Simeon too. Wow, everything's everything baseball is popping in my head. I just realized it's 5 days. It's 15 days away almost tomorrow. 16 days, 3 weeks away from baseball season. It's just, what is going on, man? This is crazy. Time is flying. I really like the Mets moves this year. I think there's a lot to discuss, a lot of positives, and I am very excited. Very, 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 very excited to see where they go, see where the season plays. And yeah, Mets are hopefully moving on to brighter and better places. And then I think we jump to the other side of the town because I'm just so out of it right now. The Yankees are the same, if that's the best way to put it. They are the exact same team. All they did was give Cody Bellinger a bigger contract and call it quits. I believe. I'm gonna make sure. I looked up the Mets because I forgot Mets offseason moves. Yeah, it was just Cody Bellinger. Oh, and re-sign Trent Grisham, re-sign Ryan Yarbrough, and they also did lose not Clay Holmes. He's already a Met. Ryan. Oh my God, what's his name? What the hell? They kept Paul Blackburn, Met legend. Islander. No, sorry, excuse me. Mets offseason relievers. I forgot his name. He had a great playoffs in 24. Luke Weaver, that's his name. Oh my gosh, I am so bad right now. Luke Weaver left the team for the Mets. I mean, the Mets just have so many former Yankees. It's really funny. But there's so much to talk about with the Yankees and what they did and how the discussion is. What are they doing? What is going on with the Yankees right now? Why are they running it back with a team that got their butts kicked by the Blue Jays? It's a really interesting discussion, and I really have no other words other than saying what's going on. What's the plan here, guys? Is Jason Dominguez finally going to get playing time? Does it really matter? Is he even that good? Is Anthony Volpe going to suck again like he always has? Is like obviously he had those stretches where he's looked really good and then he sucks for the actual rest of the year. And then there's like, I will give Anthony Volpe the benefit of the doubt. Brett Beatty took a long time to figure it out too. Did Volpe get called up in 22? No, he was in the minors in 2022. He got called up in 23, 24, 25, 26. Beatty called up in 22, 23, 24, 25. He was good. Like, give him 3 years. If Volpe sucks again, okay. The doubt is really starting to trickle in. You never saw it with Beatty. Beatty looked great last year. And I'm really starting to say, even though I don't like the Yankees, I do believe Anthony Volpe has the same potential. He's a good defensive shortstop, fast guy, can play good short. Like, just give him time, even though it's been 3 years. Like, I remember seeing people fleep out on him in 2023. I was like 21. Give him time. He's 24, 25. He's probably going to be fine. He's probably going to be at least a solid MLBer the entire time of his career. I am just like, give people time. You got to give young players time. I'm willing to give Vientos time. I was willing to give Beatty time. I give Beatty as much time as possible. And then I started to lose the doubt. And then he completely proved me wrong. But there is so much. I'm confident. I'm confident in Brett. I'm confident in Anthony Volpe that he can turn it around, and maybe that will change the season. Maybe the Yankees will look better. Maybe they'll look fine. I have no other way of saying that, but I think I'm gonna have to wrap it up early here because having a little complications right now. I'm just I ran out a lot of talking points today. I could have went on about the Islanders trade deadline for probably a couple hours, but obviously you don't want to just hear about my team's issues. That's going to do it for another episode of GTSS. A little bit of a messy one, but I did have to come in for this one because I had to talk about the Braden Shen move and just the NHL trade deadline in general. Hope you enjoyed, and I will hopefully see you all next week. Goodbye.